What is going on, Cyber Fam? Today we're going to talk about something pretty important, okay? There's a lot of stuff, and I made a quick short about this, but we're not going to talk about Tesla, we're not going to talk about Palantir, we're just going to talk investing, just real quick, all right? I'll try to make this a short video. Now, before we get started, again, thanks for all my new subscribers. It's like a super new channel, and really appreciate you guys voting with the subscribe button. Feel free to give me a like and comment to have the discussion with me. Like, I really do like talking to you guys in the comments. I literally respond to every single one, so keep that stuff hot. Now let's get into this, right? Basically, I just watched this video where some guy, and I can't talk about who. I'm pretty sure a lot of you get it, it's pretty popular, but is talking about how the market potential is like really dangerous, and the thumbnails are always, and this is not just one, I saw a few of these, the thumbnails are always like crash impending, 90% crash coming, it's already here and you don't know it, and like, top 10 things to do, and like top 5 stocks to buy for inflation and all this kind of stupid shit. Listen, this is the point of this video. Let me just get to it right away. No one knows shit. Don't listen to nobody. Don't even listen to me. Don't listen to me, listen to nobody, okay? All I'm saying is no one can know, guys, okay? You just have to look at the overall indicators and take your stab at it like anyone else, like I'm doing. You think I'm kind of expert? I'm not, right? Like, nobody is. Economists, all these people, what do you think they do? Why do you think they're supposedly experts? They just look at macro trends. When I mean macro trends, I'm talking about they look at all sorts of different stuff and predict something. If you boil things down to its very basic components, right? What is the stock market? Okay, the stock market is not the economy, by the way. Okay, the stock market is part of the economy, right? So it's very important to know that the stock market is just the economy that's public, right? So very important to know that, guys. Please keep that in mind, okay? The reason why all these politicians back up the stock market is because they have funds in it, like they're investing in it, right? Or they have constituents and other people that are interested or donate to them that have specific funds in these companies that are public. So just remember that, okay? It's part of the economy. Now, what is the stock market? The stock market really is just the exchange of shares of companies from one party to another. That's it, right? High or low, it doesn't matter. So people don't know. Like, for example, I could sell Palantir at, like, I don't know, let's say I had lose my conviction on the company, and I'm not, but let's say I do, and I sell it right now because I'm scared at like $20.20 or whatever it is, okay? You could be the receiving person of that, so you would buy it at $20.20, right? So like that transaction is what makes the stock prices go up and down, okay, for the most part. People like me and you can't move it. It's usually big institutional money, like hedge funds and big companies like BlackRock and Vanguard and all these other companies that buy in bulk. They're the ones who move the markets, right? Because they buy in such high bulk that it creates demand, creates like a reduction of shares so high that it increases the price. So just keep that in mind. At a very basic value, guys, it's a market. That's why it's called a stock market. That's like you walking into a supermarket, right? Like one of those ones that you see in like other countries, right? That's like you walk into one of those supermarkets and you knowing all the stuff that's going to happen if person A is going to buy like a eggplant from a person B for like a certain price. How are you going to know that? You don't know that, right? You just look at the stuff around it and then you guess. And that's what these economists are. So there's a lot of stuff out there, and again, this is not a finance channel, guys. This is not, but all I can tell you, and I'm not one of those people that is going to be like, oh, look at my portfolio. Like, I'm not trying to like stunt or anything, okay? But like, you got to understand something. You got to stick to your results, okay? Like, I got to stick to what got me here, right? Am I denying inflation? No, inflation is very real. Like, is it transitory? Who knows? Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, people are printing a lot more money, which means that you, if you're holding cash, you have less percentage of the overall money supply. It's just basic math, right? Now, is there something that I'm doing that's like the best against inflation? No, not really. Like, no one really knows that either, right? No one knows that either. So just remember, do your own research. It's very important right now. Now is the time, right? This is the important message here. Now is the time that retail investors like me and you, if we're not informed, lose money, okay? Be very careful as to what you do. I'll give you an example. I could have bought Rivian. I could have bought Lucid. I could have bought all this stuff at IPO and made a little bit of money on top of that, right? But why didn't I do it? I don't know. I kind of feel kind of weird about those kind of stocks to begin with, right? But we just generally don't know these things until we do research, and I didn't do my due diligence. And on top of that, I'm not buying Palantir right now, right? I really should be, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it. But part of that is because I have to pay taxes, right? I could very easily leverage myself, right? And go like way up and buy everything I need. The thing is though, you have to risk manage. I'm just giving you an example. You have to risk manage. Look at what's around you. Look what's happening, right? The case in point is people are saying, oh, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are selling shares. Find out why. Don't just freak out because they're selling shares. Find out why. Palantir investors are getting diluted because they're issuing more stock options, or, oh, Alex Karp is selling shares. Find out why. There's reasons for these things, right? If the reasons fit your narrative as to why you're buying or not buying the company, then do so accordingly. And as far as losses are concerned, remember, even if you lose, even if you're in the red, you don't actually lose money until you sell. It's called unrealized gains for a reason, right? Or unrealized losses. So just remember, over the long term, right? If you zoom out, right? Over the long term, the stock market always goes up. Always goes up. Think about it. If you bought at the height of, before the COVID pandemic, like for example, something like Microsoft, and you sold now, you would still make a huge profit. Right? It always goes up, guys. So don't freak out is what I'm trying to say, right? But don't listen to some guy on YouTube with fancy labels. Like anybody can put like, oh, 90% market crash, like a thumbnail, and grab your attention. That's cheap. It's cheap. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And the thing is, there's some people here in YouTube that are pretty good at describing like what could potentially be the case and all this, and they actually go into detail. Those guys are great, okay? And I can't tell you who is who. I just, I don't want to call out anybody, but all I'm going to say is if you watch these videos, and they're very interesting, I watch them a lot just because they're interesting, right? I like to hear people's take on it. But if you watch these videos and they don't go beyond the surface level, if they say Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are selling shares, oh, what could that be? Now we don't know, you know what I mean? Like if they don't go past just that headline stuff, in my opinion, that's just fear mongering and garbage. Like they're making money off of your fear, which is, in my opinion, despicable. So, like, I might post stuff that gets your attention, but I'm never gonna sit and tell you like, what the hell, sell, ooh, like it's just, guys, like just look around you, see what's happening. We do have a lot of like pressure here. There's a lot of pressure happening. There's a lot of external forces, but at the end of the day, no one knows what's gonna happen. We don't. So I just want to get this message. I was actually on my way out, but I need to get this message out to the people here because, we're all retail investors for the most part. And I really, really do not want us to lose money, man. Like I know how important it is for me to not lose money. And I cannot advocate for that kind of stuff, right? I really need you guys to just do your own research. It's a very dangerous time. We're past that big bubble stage, right? Where everyone thinks it's a bubble. Now everyone thinks it's a crash. So it's a very dangerous time. Make sure whatever you do, make sure that you at least backing it with the research that you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable putting forth some kind of position in a company, feel free to do that based on your own research. Do not listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Make sure you do your due diligence, especially now because things are just lots of speculation, lots of fear. Just be very careful, okay, guys? That's all I got to say. Hopefully I didn't waste too much of your time. It's just an important message I want to get across to you guys. At the end of the day, I just really want to get rich together. I really think our generation can really make a big difference in the world moving forward. It's not just selfish reasons, okay? Anyway, that's all for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.